Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Newsworthy. I'm Michael Santos-Stefano.
And I'm Hannah Flahan. We have a host of interesting, completely true stories for you tonight, so stay tuned. All 6 conservative Supreme Court justices have slipped on banana peels and died. Here's why that matters.
In the United States, when a Supreme Court justice retires, dies, or becomes somewhat incapacitated, the president may nominate someone to fill their vacancy, and that nominee must be voted on by the Senate to become a justice. The most recent example of this is when RBG died in September of 2020 from complications of cervical cancer, and Trump nominee Amy Coney Barrett was confirmed by the Senate by a slim margin of 52 to 48.
In this case, Biden will have to choose 6 new nominees because, as previously mentioned, all 6 conservative justices have slipped on banana peels and died. And because Democrats currently have the majority in the Senate, they will be able to and achieve the first entirely Democrat-appointed Supreme Court since the 1940s.
Of course, this prospect has led to resistance from conservatives. Republican voters across the country are protesting, arguing that Democrats must wait until they lose all power to begin the nomination process. And of course, as with all high-profile deaths, seeds of conspiracy are being shown. QAnon has already begun spreading the conspiracy theory that Neil Gorsuch's slip was orchestrated by the CIA.
Liberal activists, on the other hand, are barely masking their elation that all 6 conservative justices have slipped on different banana peels and died.
And as a liberal activist myself, this story really brings to mind MLK's famous quote, "The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice." Mazel tov.
They had families.
The citizens of France have started a second revolution over retirement age. Apparently, the change from 62 to 64 is receiving a ton of backlash among literally everyone. All of us are doing our best, and the French can't do another 2 years of working. Honestly, real guys, if they pushed my graduation another 2 years, I think I'd myself. Life is so precious, guys. Don't waste it. Our hearts go out to all the protesters. We wish you the best of luck in your endeavors. Let them eat ass and all that.
The nation has spiraled into chaos. Last night at 3 a.m., the official White House Twitter surreptitiously tweeted an image of the American flag. The only problem, the flag in question only featured 49 stars. The government provided no further clarification, and when asked for comment, they just got really quiet. The minor changes left Americans asking, which state got the axe? Hey, Michael. 1, 2, New Jersey.
York.
Why would you choose New York?
I don't know. Just wanted to be different, I guess.
Anyways, the change has sparked riots in the streets.
Andrew Lloyd Webber's Phantom of the Opera, ending its 35-year run on Broadway next month, has undercut the weight of its closing by announcing a revival to open the same day as the original production's closing date. The revival of the show will be presented in the Majestic Theater, the same theater that its original run was in. It will also be using the same sets and star the same cast. So basically, it's not closing? One theater critic asked. Andrew Lloyd Webber responded, "No, it's closing, but it will be revived immediately afterwards." Major Tony Award prediction sources say it's got the Best Revival Award on lock. Eat your heart out into the woods.
Love is in the air for the 92-year-old billionaire Rupert Murdoch. After getting divorced 1 whole month ago, the conservative media mogul will again join in holy matrimony with his 5th wife. Hoping his story can inspire others to find love with women 3 decades younger, Murdoch is finding a rom-com based on his love life. The film, In All the Wrong Places, stars Margot Robbie and Adam Sandler as nearly century-old robber baron himself. All proceeds from the film will fund Murdoch's plantation wedding.
Good news, gamers! Entertainment's coolest medium is getting a long-anticipated adaptation of the hit HBO series The Last of Us. After a weeks-long campaign, gamers won out in the end, and HBO announced an adaptation of the series to be developed by EA Sports. The game, tentatively titled The Last of Us 23, will see the player running for their life from hordes of infected. Last of Us co-creator Neil Druckmann stated, "It'll be like if Subway Surfers was spooky scary." The game comes out next month, and much like EA's other properties, there will be yearly installments.
The music biopic craze just won't seem to stop. From Freddie Mercury to Whitney Houston, Hollywood's most recent obsession is to turn the lives into pop stars into quality content. Next in the queue, Billy Joel. At their quarterly shareholders meeting, Paramount announced they would distribute a Billy Joel biopic titled Vienna Waits for Nobody, the fast-paced and cocaine-fueled life of the man, the myth, and the legend, Billy Joel. What's more, Billy Joel is set to play himself. How, you may ask, can a dead man play himself in a movie? Well, Paramount also announced that they plan to resurrect the star specifically for the film, the first time the procedure has ever been performed. Let's hope the Piano Man can play the tune.
This year's slap, the Oscars are being faced with criticism after giving no awards to Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the long-awaited sequel to Sonic the Hedgehog, which was similarly snubbed at the 2019 Oscar ceremony. The movie was not only ignored in the Best Picture category, but also in the Best Screenplay and Best Director categories. James Marsden was also snubbed for the Best Supporting Actor award, despite his masterful work as Sonic the Hedgehog's cop dad. Sonic fans say this is a clear act of discrimination against hedgehogs and hedgehog-adjacent animals. The hashtag #OscarsSoHuman has been trending on Twitter for a week in protest. Hopefully, the Oscars will show more appreciation for next year's Sonic the Hedgehog 3, which is sure to be a masterpiece.
To honor Women's History Month, women are staying at home and taking a break. Men have now created a coalition to create new menstrual products. Period products will now be by men for women. Men haven't had a voice thus far when it comes to getting a period, so it's only so fair to include their opinions. All across the nation, men have submitted plans for what the new tampons will look like. Let's go to the product showcase to take a look at some of the designs that these innovative men have come up with.
This first one here is a lightsaber. It's shaped as a long tampon. That way, the taper comes out and you're changing your tampon, it comes out red. There's also a prototype that looks like a sword. And this next one is a tampon that connects to your fallopian tubes. At least that's what we think it is. As it's inserted, the outer branches coming out of the main tampon should help stop the bleeding. Ouch. Okay. Oh.
There was absolutely no concept of anatomy used here. These all look like they'd hurt. Extremely. Still, great job, men. Keep up the good work.
The MBTA's infrastructure woes continue this week as the agency embarks on a massive slate of track repairs, scattering speed restrictions on up to 25% of the T's network. To combat these hindrances, the T has announced a brand new alternative, conga lines. The lines will run along the routes of every subway line, and riders are encouraged to wear the color corresponding to the line that they're on to avoid being separated from the conga. To keep the lines moving, the MBTA has designed a special playlist in collaboration with DJ Snake, including I Like to Move It, Party Rock Anthem, and Hello by Adele. Complimentary drinks and snacks will be provided to all riders. Coming up, we'll tell you all about the new changes being made to Boston's stoplights.
Stick with us.
Hey there, ladies. You feel like someone crossed the line with you? You want to get back at them? Well, now you can, with Stein and Steinway. I'm Bobby, and my bro here is Chucky. We know more about women than anyone.
That's right, Bobby. Even more than women know themselves. I also go by dude.
We know you females love yapping about your rights. Say that one of my buddies says something outlandish to you when you're walking back from the salon. You might want to slap him, but trust us, he's a good guy.
Yeah, our buddy would never mean anything bad by it, so we're here to make sure you women don't go suing our bros.
You better be ready, girls. Stein and Steinway will take it from here. You've had enough fun.
And that makes for less women in the courtroom too, so you can stay in the kitchen because we care about you.
We'll be seeing you around Boston. Get ready.
Welcome back to Newsworthy. A large part of Boston's Irish community made a shocking discovery at the St. Patrick's Day parade. The Irish Genealogical Society presented several information sessions at the parade on the genealogy behind red beards in Irish American men. It's because they're munches. They munched, and their munching abilities have been passed down from generation to generation.
Yeah, I never knew why pussy was something I really wanted to explore. I've just had a taste for it for a while, and now I know why. All right, my munch abilities are a gift from my ancestors who came before me.
Ladies, so sorry for anyone single out there if you missed your chance, but be sure to check out next year's parade for eligible bachelors.
According to the BPD, jaywalking in Boston is out of control. Sure, Bostonians have always treated walk signals as suggestions, but recently people have been setting up picnics, holding wedding ceremonies, posing for nude sculptures, and doing other inconvenient things right in the middle of the street. The city has made automated voices at each crosswalk more aggressive to regulate the flow of foot traffic. Let's go to our community correspondent who interviewed one of the walk lights in question.
That's right, Hannah. The crosswalk now makes a variety of colorful statements when prompted.
What do you need to be rushing for? It's not like anyone's waiting for you on the other side of the street. If you do not get across the street in 10 seconds, I will explode. 10, 9, 8. Yeah, wait here just like I told you to. You like being my bitch, don't you?
Back to you at the desk.
The sleepy North Shore town of Essexshire near the sea was rocked by a series of horrific animal attacks over the last nightmarish 48 hours. Martial law has been declared as the grisly attacks have been attributed to...
A cocaine bear? Isn't that more of a southern thing?
No, Mike and Ike, it was a seagull who ate the IHOP salmon.
Oh, dear God, the humanity.
Though New England seagulls have always been despicable creatures, the consumption of such a monstrous substance has brought the viciousness to a whole new level. So far, 3 residents have been eaten, 12 hospitalized from aggressive pecking, and extensive property damage from seagull shit totaling the gross domestic product of Lebanon. IHOP, formerly known as IHOP for reasons unknown, has remained suspiciously silent. Public protests pour into the streets and it is revealed that Peter's prosperous pickled pepper company is a fraud. Turns out one cannot simply pick pickled peppers. Peppers are pickled in post. Peter Piper has been pummeled with civil suits. The prosecution points that Piper has misrepresented his product, which was marketed as fresh and healthy. Piper claims the peppers purported to be pickled did indeed come from a pickled pepper plant, which the plantation alone possesses. Coming up soon, Sally swallowed by the sea in the midst of her seashelling pursuits.
An RA completing room checks over break found something shockingly criminal in a colonial dorm room. Vladimir Putin, the dictator of Russia, for whom the International Criminal Court recently issued an arrest warrant, is perhaps the most appalling piece of contraband discovered in dorms this semester. Sheltering war criminals does indeed violate the housing policy, and the colonial staff team confiscated said despot immediately. The staff gave NATO a number to call so as to collect Putin, though NATO reports their last 3 calls and 2 emails have gone unanswered. The RA in question was awarded for their bravery and paid with $50 in EC cash. While it is yet unknown how Vladimir Putin got past the tap desk, experts speculate that he was drawn in by his favorite word, colonial.
Emerson has announced plans to rename Piano Row Guitar Row in a new Title IX diversity effort. The name change is a move to show more acceptance to Emerson's minority population of white guys with guitars. An Emerson representative spoke on the matter.
They sit in the common rooms at all hours playing Wonderwall and terrible covers of John Mayer songs, which are already pretty bad to begin with. That deserves recognition. Fuck piano players! Guitar guys are the real heroes.
Emerson's next order of business is to change the name of the dining hall to the ex-President Barack Obama Dining Hall.
Campus has been teeming with Nepo babies, ranging from Adam Sandler's kid to Brian Cox's son. But step aside for a new one. Barron Trump, the son of Donald Trump, has just announced that he will be attending Emerson College. He will be entering as a VMA major, another male in the film industry. Great! Unexpectedly, Barron isn't the straight conservative we thought he'd be. Barron has just come out as gay, staying on brand with Emerson College. Don't worry, guys, we are still a liberal arts school. Donald has also oddly been supportive, probably because of Emerson's polling center.
Michael, are we at Trump school now?
Yes, absolutely. This sounds fantastic. Students are calling to cancel Emerson College over a controversial t-shirt for sale at the bookstore, which reads property of Emerson College. Our controversy correspondent, Sophia Inez, is in the studio with the t-shirt's designer, Newton Graham. Sophia?
Thanks, Michael. Graham, how do you respond to these complaints?
First of all, I just want to apologize for my ignorance in this matter. I find that the only proper way to apologize is with more designs. So I want to let everyone know that Emerson and I are happy to release our new and improved designs.
Wonderful. The new designs are pictured here. Oh, wow. Does that say Emerson is daddy?
Yes, and just like a daddy, we need to be more responsible.
Okay, well, these shirts will be available in the bookstore starting Sunday. The rest will be donated to Suffolk students in need.
Thanks so much, Sophia. Now, we do fake stories on this show, but that situation is real. Emerson really made a shirt that says property of Emerson College. For the low, low price of $35, you could own this absolutely ridiculous t-shirt. After sponsoring Emerson films for more than a decade, EIV has had enough. There's just not enough money in the film market at the moment. So our favorite Emerson monopoly has launched its most lucrative project yet, an adult indie film. Plans to incorporate long aesthetic montages and blurred images are underway. EIV has already started promotions for this film, inviting students to get naked and like the main characters. It's a great movie. Emerson's administration will probably not love this idea, so stay with us for news on this entirely highly anticipated masterpiece. You know, they offered me the lead, but I don't really do avant-garde stuff like that.
Gross. Well, that's all we have for you tonight. Thank you for joining us. Once again, I'm Michael Santos-Stefano.
And I'm Hannah Flightham. Remember, any story can be news, but not every story can be newsworthy.